Hi everyone, so I'm just doing a new recording of a portrait of Donald Trump, testing out a new technique that I've been kind of playing with the last couple of days. So basically the process behind what I'm doing is attempting to think more graphically when it comes to identifying the lit areas and areas in shadow, and using three different values. So you're like a light tone, a dark tone, and a mid tone to create the image that you see on top of the sketch that I'm working on. Yeah, so I've done a few sketches or studies using this method already. So this is probably about the eighth one I've done in about 3 days, and yeah, it's an interesting way to approach doing a study or an illustration, as it's very much something that I don't normally do, and it does force you to think more graphically and you kind of have to take a bit of time before you dive into it to identify what the focal point of the piece is before you just start drawing. And yeah, it does force you to do a bit of mental prep work. So anyway, like at this point, I've basically blocked out all the major shapes that I wanted to, trying to get it as close to looking like the man himself as I possibly could. And now I'm going in with a more painterly brush and kind of just painting the rest of the more subtle values in. Yeah, so this process is a bit more time consuming, and but prior to this, you've got your major landmarks sort of sorted out in terms of those hard graphic shapes. And yeah, from here on, I'm really focusing on the I'm really focusing on like the hard edges and soft edges within the picture, and trying to push those as much as I can while still maintaining the likeness between the illustration and the photo that I'm working from. And even watching it now, it's funny. Like, I'm noticing so many of the flaws in the original uh, drawing, so to speak. Even though it wasn't so much a drawing as it is, just a combination of different shapes. But that's okay. I've only done like a couple of them so far, so maybe I'll do some more. But yeah, it's a good way to like really get your brain thinking about the picture differently, especially if this isn't what you normally do. I find that it's always good to try new approaches, um, especially when you've been doing like something for so long. You kind of just get stuck in the rhythm of it. Yeah, so just at this point, I'm just like not so much detailing, more just finding my way around the piece. So starting with obvious areas that stand out, and then working my way around the piece. Like, that's how I usually work with illustrations. Like, I'll start with an area that I know needs work, and then once I've done enough on that, I'll move on to another area. And once you spend a fair bit of time looking at a piece, the areas that need more work will kind of make themselves known to you. And with this particular piece in general, I wanted to focus a lot on soft edges versus hard edges, which is why I didn't really do too much detail under the chin going into his left shoulder. I just wanted to kind of let that blur all into one shape, so to speak. I would recommend trying this exercise, especially if you're used to just drawing and painting like I normally do. It's a good way to get your brain thinking differently as to approaching the piece. Yeah, if you like it, leave a comment and all that, and yeah, I'll probably do another one of these shortly. Cheers.